Hello, everyone, and welcome back finally for some girls basketball. Mount Carmel and your Lady Aces will take on the Newton Lady Eagles, a rematch from just a couple of weeks ago in the Mary Mule Championship game. Both of these teams coming off a long layoff because of that last week of snow that we had. Max, what do you expect to see from these two squads who really haven't been able to get a lot of work in?
Well, obviously, as Newton is a team that's going to live and die off the three, they have a lot of guard play, Riley. That's what they really killed Mount Carmel with, was number 15, Carrison Martin, and number 23, Cameron Martin, the sisters. Both had double-digit points for them, shot the outside ball well, and that's what kept them in the game. Was when Mount Carmel was out of rotation, they'd get to those spots, and they were knocking down threes. So I think that's going to be work in Mount Carmel's favor if they're not able to have practice or open gyms or all that just because of the conditions that we've had. What I've been saying was the ice age, so I guess I was wrong because we're having games in school again. So, and then for Mount Carmel as a team that really wants to get out inside, I think that they're going to continue to do what they want to do. They're going to be able to work it inside to Macy Randall and Maddie Stevens, and then I don't know how much this would affect Riley Hershey, but it usually doesn't, and I expect Riley Hershey to go do the same stuff she always does. And the real wild card right now for me is Evie Sellers. Is she going to shoot the way that we know she can? We've seen her knock down a lot of threes. She knocks down big threes from Mount Carmel. But she was actually scoreless in the last game that they had against Newton. So we'll see what happens. But I think this is going to be a really fun game tonight. We're going to enjoy broadcasting it. You guys are going to enjoy watching it. And then everybody here is going to enjoy watching it. So stay tuned.
You talked a little bit about Maddie Stevens and the presence she has inside. Right now, just 3 points away from quadruple digits. Does that play any sort of mind games for a player knowing that they're that close?
Well, if you know that you're that close, it's really hard for you. Some great players getting those 1,000-point slumps is what a lot of people call it. They get so much pressure built up that they try to overshoot. They try to do too much, and what ends up happening is they miss all their shots. They get really tired, or they do certain things. They make simple mistakes that they wouldn't usually make. So I'm guessing Coach McCarty, he told us that he kind of kept her out of the loop earlier, and he hasn't really told her how close she is to 1,000 points. So what I'm going to expect to see is the same. He's not going to tell her how close she is. I think she knows she's within 50, maybe even 20. She's going to go out there and play her game. She's a team leader. She's a hustler. And she's going to get, at least 4 points a game down low in the paint. So I expect some good things tonight from the Aces.
This is the Coach's Pregame Show brought to you by Glenn's Auto Service and Towing, located on Wabash 10th Avenue and Route 1 South. The next time you need a tow, call 263-3285. Speaking of coaches, I got to talk to head coach Matt McCarty just prior to this game. Here is that conversation. Hello, everyone. You're listening to 100.5 WSJD. I'm here, as always, with head coach Matt McCarty. Coach, it's felt like forever since you've had a game with the amount of snow that you had last week. How do you make sure the girls stay in shape through that entire break?
It's really hard because, you'd love to tell them to go run on their own, but with all the snow and ice, they can't really do that either. So luckily, we were able to get into the gym 2 days this week, knock off a little bit of the rust. So hopefully it's not too sloppy tonight. But, the way that we play, we love to get up and down the court anyway. We turn over the ball a little bit more than what we should with our style of play. So I'm sure it's going to look like that. Probably going to have to sub a little bit more because we will have some tired legs. But we can't complain too much. Newton's in the same boat as we are. So hopefully it's just a really good game by two teams.
Coming off a big win against Vincent Gervais, with that long break, does any of that momentum carry over from then to now like it would in a usual setting where there's only 2 or 3 days in between games?
I definitely think it will. We have some really good girls on our team. They're going to make sure that we're up and we're ready to play, and they're going to bring the energy. We're led by a lot of really good girls, and I don't feel like that'll be an issue for us tonight.
You've already played at Newton this season. That was in the championship game at the Mary Mule. You beat them to win that tournament. Do you expect to see anything different from them coming into this one, or because of that long layoff, do you think it's kind of going to be the same thing?
I think with the long layoff and them only having so many practices, I don't think we'll see anything different. They haven't played since then. But for us, we're definitely going to have to sharpen things up. In the championship game, we gave up 18 offensive rebounds to them, and we turned the ball over 20 times. So that number needs to be cut down at least in half, if not 3/4. to make sure that we can kind of run away with it. But I think the girls will be ready to play. They know the numbers. We talked about them, and I think they'll take care of things.
This is the first time I've been able to talk to you since Macy Randall got to 1,000 points. Talk to me about her career up to this point and what she has going for her moving forward.
It's phenomenal. She's such a special player, being 6'3", left-handed. She's only a junior. She's scoring 1,000 points as a junior is huge. She is actually really close to another record too. Her and Maddie both. We are actually, Macy is 12 rebounds away. Maddie is 19 rebounds away from the girls' school record. So whoever can kind of get there first will kind of be able to claim the record's theirs. But right now she's on pace she's already scored 1,000 points, but to be the first player in school history to score 1,000 points and have 1,000 career rebounds, and that's just a testament to how hard she works. And we couldn't be more excited for her.
You have two girls now at this point who are really, really close to that 1,000 mark with Maddie and Macy. I mean, when you have two bigs as dominant as those two, is it fair to say that they're the biggest test for any team at this 2A division?
I think when teams scout us, one, they have to talk about our size, and that's Maddie and Macy. They finish well down low. For their careers, they're both high 50s, low 60s shooting percentage from the field. And then the next thing you got to talk about is Riley Hershey, because she's a special guard even as a sophomore. She's really raised her game up from last year as a freshman, from averaging about 8 points a game and 3 assists to she's about 17 points a game and 7 assists this year. We have, like I said a couple times, we have a three-headed monster, and it's hard to prepare for us, and you've got to stop at least one, if not two, to make sure you have a chance against us.
All right, Coach, thank you and good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Head coach Matt McCarty, great on the mic. As always, this is the Coach's Pregame Show brought to you by Glenn's Auto Service and Towing, located on Wabash 10th Avenue and Route 1 South. Next time you need a tow, call 263-3285. When we return, Max will have a couple of keys to this one for either side. But first, we'll be back in 2 minutes.
New year, new Ford at Steve Faulkner Automotive. New 2024 Ford Expedition up to $12,000 off. And take home a new 24 Ford truck now with invoice pricing. See them all at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. This is the year for your new ride at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new 2024 Dodge Hornet, now 0% APR, and Jeep Wranglers with 0% financing and up to $6,000 off. Come in and get yours today.
At Wabash General Hospital Senior Enrichment Center, we believe that sometimes a helping hand is all it takes for seniors to get their lives back on track. Our dedicated team of healthcare professionals are here to offer guidance and support, helping navigate the unique health and lifestyle concerns faced by seniors. Whether dealing with feelings of anxiety, loneliness, or unresolved grief, struggling with changes in mood or concentration, or coping with health-related challenges, we're here for you. Call Wabash General Hospital Senior Enrichment Center at 618-263-9116.
Buy Low is Mount Carmel's local grocery destination, proudly serving the community with fresh products, friendly faces, and great deals every week. From our fresh deli and bakery to a wide variety of produce, fresh cut meat selections, and even an Ace Hardware, we've got everything you need, all close to home. Stay updated on all the savings at myiga.com or follow us on Facebook at Mount Carmel Buy Low for the latest specials. Shop local, save big at Buy Low, Mount Carmel's hometown store.
There's a lot of things that you can do to help and reduce your heating bills over the wintertime. Open the draperies in the house. Let the sun warm the interior of your home during the day. That helps reduce some of that heating load during the day. Consider installing programmable thermostats. You can drop the temperature down while you're not there, or in the evening times when you're asleep, make the house a little cooler, and then have those programmable thermostats bring the temperature up at the times you're actually in the home, not away.
Back here at the Hilltop, you're listening to the Coach's Pregame Show, brought to you by Glenn's Auto Service and Towing, located on Wabash 10th Avenue and Route 1 South. The next time you need a tow, call 263-3285. I'm Riley Angel alongside Max Gerlach. Max, both these two teams have played each other before. This was one of the toughest tests for this Mount Carmel squad just a couple of weeks ago in a championship game at the Mary Mule. What does Newton need to do to overcome that mountain that is Mount Carmel?
Yeah, Coach McCarty already said it, that they rebound the ball really well against them. Newton had way too many rebounds against Mount Carmel, and simply I think that's what made it a 7-point game, or it was an 8-point game, and that's something that you never want to see is when you have a team that's built around their post presence, your rebounding. You know, somebody's going to come down, comes out, knocks down a lot of shots, and then gets a lot of the rebounds and gets second chance points. So that's really bad. And then, of course, for Mount Carmel, he said they had 20 turnovers. They have to limit their turnovers. Every turnover is an extra possession. So basically, I think it narrows it down for Mount Carmel to limit Newton's possessions, limit their second chance points. Every shot on basket's just going to kill you if you're Mount Carmel. So if you're Newton, you got to continue to rebound. You got to get something from the outside falling. And then, of course, you're going against the king of the conference, one of the best girls basketball teams in all Southern Illinois. It's a huge test for them. They played them within 8 earlier this year, and, well, you know, late last year, sorry. And we're going to see if Mount Carmel can continue to stay on this streak and hopefully beat them by more than 8 this time.
And with that national anthem on deck here at the Hilltop, we'll be back in about 2 minutes.
As soon as I came here, I started looking at the programs that they have, and the most that I like, it was early childhood education, and then after I see the classes and everything, that's the one that I picked. I would like to be a teacher in the future. I like it so much because I had the experience to work at Small World with the kids, and each day I learn, and I learn from the kids, and like with my teachers, like they teach me all the stuff that I need to do and to be a better teacher. And classes is amazing, so I would just recommend everyone to come here to Wabash Valley College.
Hello. Great victories start with smart plays. At First National Bank, we help you craft a winning savings strategy, whether it's for a new home, a dream vacation, or a secure future. Like a great team, achieving your financial goals takes preparation, patience, and the right partner by your side. With personalized savings plans and tools, FNB helps you make every move count. Your financial playbook starts here.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Start your new year at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new 2025 Jeep Compass with payments as low as $399. And 25 Jeep Grand Cherokee L with 0% financing. Come in today or go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Steve Faulkner Automotive in Mount Carmel, Illinois has an outstanding service department. With free pickup and delivery, we'll make sure your vehicle runs perfectly at an affordable price. Come see us today or view our service specials at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Mount Carmel and Newton set to rematch after their Mary Mule Championship duel just a couple of weeks ago, in which Mount Carmel came out in front. I'm Riley Angel alongside Max Gerlach, and these starting lineups are in memory of the co-founder of Mount Carmel Sports Boosters, H.D. White, and his wife, Helen. First, for the home team, Mount Carmel Lady Aces, it'll be Riley Hershey, Maddie Stevens, Madeline Mann, Macy Randall, and Evie Sellers, the regular 5.
Yeah, this 5's got it done all year for them, and they're going to continue to get it done for the Aces. I guess we're not doing a starting 5. We're just going to go straight out there and play. I've never seen it before, but I like it, Riley.
For Newton, we'll announce them for them since they didn't announce them here in the building. It'll be Addie Odell, Claire Probst, Izzy Meinhardt, Karison Martin, and then Cameron Martin, the same 5 that was out there to duel this Mount Carmel squad just 2 weeks ago.
And again, it was a really close game. Newton actually had a 1-point lead at halftime, and a Mount Carmel huge third quarter propelled them ahead. So let's see what can happen here tonight, Riley.
Mount Carmel wins the tip, and Riley Hershey brings it up. Immediately trapped on the left side, making way to the right now, top of the key. Over to the right wing, Mann, Evie Sellers, right corner, giving it back to Mann. Mann bounce past Hershey, straight away, looking down low. Randall left block up, left glass and good.
That's what Mount Carmel wants to do. They're seeing this extended 1-2-2. They need to rotate the ball and get those post looks for Macy Randall and Maddie Stevens down low one-on-one.
With it now is Meinhardt. Meinhardt, the right Hilltop logo, skipping it to Odell on the left side. Odell over to Martin. That's Carrison Martin, number 15. Getting it down low to Meinhardt. Nice back cut by Martin. Got it picked off. And a nice outlet pass there from Randall to Hershey. Hershey baseline travels as she tried to dump it off to Madeline Mann.
Just get too ahead of herself. She's trying to push the pace. I think everybody knew that she was wanting to push the pace, especially with that outlet pass by Macy Randall. So I like to see them push that pace like that, and we'll see if she can get under control and get 2 points later on, Riley.
Cameron Martin will bring it up for this Newton Eagles squad. Over to Meinhardt. Now to Carrison. Carrison, one dribble to her left, a couple, gets it to Odell. Now to Cameron, left corner. One dribble to her right, getting it down to the paint to Carrison, who throws it away right into the hands of Hershey. Hershey driving, Euro step, left side, no good. Rebound fought for, lands in the hands of the Eagles. Here comes Carrison Martin, trying for a triple, more of a dump down pass, but it got taken away by Stevens, who immediately throws it back to Carrison. Now in the hands of Probst at the charity stripe, traveled, never mind a double dribble. So a wacky game early here in this one.
A lot of ball pressure from both teams. It's going to cause some turnovers early. You're fresh out of break. This is like coming back from summer even. You're getting your first game. Neither team's really played in 2 weeks, so I expect this to get a little out of hand, and hopefully it cleans up by the end, Riley.
6:20 to play, first quarter, 2-0 Aces. Hershey with it, left wing. Driving with her left hand, getting in the short corner now at the elbow. Dumping it off to Randall. Getting to the block, loses track of it, out of bounds, and it rolls. It'll stay here with the white jerseys.
And sometimes, I know she was so far out, but she cannot put that ball on the floor. Everybody's so much shorter than her. She keeps it up high. She's going to get a free look instead of putting it down on the floor and giving it up to all the weeds that are little guards.
Maddie Stevens missing a turnaround hook shot, and it's rebounded by the Eagles. Here comes Meinhardt. Meinhardt over to Cameron. Cameron on the right wing. Skip pass to Odell. Left wing, driving with the right hand, getting to the nail, kicking it out. Right corner triple for Cameron. Missed it short. Rebound, Randall. Long outlet pass. This one out of reach of Hershey, who tries to save it but goes careening out of bounds into a brick wall on her way to doing so.
Another turnover on Mount Carmel after forcing a turnover or missed shot. Somebody's got to clean it up quick, and whoever can clean it up first is going to get ahead in this game and hopefully win.
Odell skips it. Meinhardt, right corner three, bottoms.
That's something that they need to do. They need to get those outside shots rolling. They're playing a team, likes to pack in the paint, get those looks in 2-3 zone. So if you can get those outside shots to fall, make them spread it out, it's going to help you a lot.
Taken away by Odell, and she loses track of it on her way. Had an easy 2 points, but instead double dribbles. So the lead stays where it is for the Eagles, 3-2, 5:17 to play, quarter number one.
And that's some more rust, Riley. Everybody's trying to shake off the rust right now, and they're having a little bit of a hard time.
Hershey just now past the 10-second line at the cards, giving it to Randall. Randall to man, over to Hershey, right corner. Hershey uses one dribble, trying to bounce pass it up to man on the wing, but it got kicked out of bounds by Odell.
Right now, Mount Carmel just needs to slow it down, do what they did earlier, pass it around the zone, almost a 4 out, 1 in. They've got one guard up top, so hit it with an even front.
Hershey with it. One dribble to the right, getting it to the right elbow now to Randall. Down low to Stevens, who gets 2 points, now just one away of 1,000.
And I love that high-low look. Macy Randall does a good job of seeing over everybody and getting those looks down low for Maddie Stevens.
That ball tipped out of bounds by Maddie. It'll stay here with Newton. Meinhardt to Cameron, who drives baseline. Short corner jumper, couldn't fall. It was way long. Foul called underneath. It'll go against Probst. Be her first of the evening.
Gotta be careful when you crash like that, because when you get slamming down, somebody goes to put a box out or a body on you, you're just going to crash into them and you're out of control. That was an easy call to make.
4-3 Aces, 4:35 to play, first quarter. Here's Mann, right wing, getting it to Hershey. Hershey looking at the charity stripe to Randall, didn't give it to her, gives it to Mann instead on the corner, right back to Hershey. Hershey directing traffic, getting a ball screen from Randall and taking it off the left side. Hershey spins, getting free, giving it to Randall. Randall at the charity stripe, skipping it right into the hands of Odell, another turnover.
They're feisty, and you know it's almost like the first game of the year again. As I said, there's going to be a lot of turnovers.
Out of bounds, a weird-looking play there, but it is in favor of Mount Carmel as they will get the possession right back. Meinhardt checks out for the freshly checked in Allie Herman. Randall skips, Sellers, left, corner, three, bottoms.
Need her to hit some of those threes, not let them extend that 1-2-2 so far out that they're trapping them almost at the half-court line. Good job by Evie Sellers, knock one down.
Here's Odell looking to respond from the left corner of herself. Couldn't get it to fall. Air ball. Randall tripled underneath. Jump ball called as 3 defenders were on her. It'll stay here with the black jerseys in Newton as Olivia Peach checks in for Madeline Mann. 7-3 Aces. 3:40 to play, quarter number 1. Probst. Now to Odell. Getting it to Carrison. A short corner jumper blocked by the outreached hands of Randall. Sellers the rebound. Up to Hershey. A little long on the pass. Way out of bounds.
And Coach McCarty frustrated as he should be. They're just not taking care of the ball right now. So a lot of sloppy and loose passes that are causing too many turnovers. And is the reason Mount Carmel's having a hard time pulling away.
Here's Cameron to Carrison between her legs. Ball on the floor. Carrison picks it up. Diving on the floor is Hershey. Somehow Newton recovers. Here's Herman. Over to Odell. Odell on the left wing. Driving with her right hand. Skipping it to Cameron. Right wing. Triple. Got it.
They're shooters, Riley. Coming into this game, we knew there were just going to be some feisty guards with a lot of shooting ability, and they're proving that right now.
Hershey looking to direct traffic. Up top, getting a ball screen from Randall. Driving with the right hand, kicking it to Peach, who lost track of it, goes out of bounds right back into the hands of Peach on the save from Odell. Stevens, nice bounce pass down low to Randall, the bucket and the harm.
Way to go there by Maddie Stevens, not settle for an open shot, not force something up. Getting the next pass to Macy Randall, who did a great job of cutting down the lane to get herself an open layup.
Herman picks up her first team second. On the old-fashioned three-point play, Macy Randall converts. She has 5 early ones. It's 10-6 Aces, 2:40 to play first quarter. Here's Odell, left, corner, triple, got it.
Corner's got to come up right, or bottom wing on that 2-3 zone has got to come up, not allow just an open 3 there for number 3, Addie Odell on the wing.
Peach with it over to Hershey. Hershey left wing, getting guarded closely by Cameron Morton. Driving, splitting a double team in the middle of the lane and travels.
There's no need to force that one, Riley. Just go ahead, back it out, continue to work some clock. They've been doing a great job of working the ball around, working a little bit of clock, and getting those open looks. That's been their best offense instead of this running gun.
Here's Carrison, jump stop, kicking. Odell, left wing 3, almost banked it in, but it missed. That's going to be an over the back call against Herman probably.
Yeah, great job by Riley Hershey on the box out. Made it not really a jumping match, and if she was to try to jump and get over, it was an over the back. So good work, and the Aces continued to make some really good plays, but there's a lot of these sloppy plays that are really shooting them in the foot right now.
10-9, Aces in front, 2 minutes to play first quarter. Madeline Mann brings it up. Over to Hershey. Hershey driving in the left corner, getting baseline. Now short corner, trying to dump it down low to Randall, who got fouled on her way up. That's going to go against Odell.
Riley, I don't know if you saw there's some fancy handles right there, and she was able to create some space for herself to get that pass to Macy Randall.
4 team fouls already against the Eagles. Peach with it, wide open right corner for 3. No good, back iron. Rebound, Randall goes up off glass, misses the first one, misses the second one, and got the third rebound stripped from her. Here comes Cameron, trying to get it down to Carrison, who almost lost it. Now Odell. Odell will just get it right back up to Herman. Top of the key 3, missed it, but got fouled on her way down. Defender in her landing space. It's going to go against Hershey.
And I understand trying to box out on those 3-point shots, but she's that deep out. You can't box out and risk getting a foul like Riley Hershey did right there.
Evie Knapp and Evie Sellers set to check in during these free throws. Herman rattles the first one home. All knotted up at 10 apiece. 2 more free throws incoming. 1:31 to play first quarter. Herman on the second attempt knocks that one in as well. Now Sellers and Knapp check in. Good start for the Eagles shooting-wise. They've knocked in 3 threes, and on a 4th three got fouled and making all three free throws. They have a 2-point lead now, 12-10. Under 90 seconds to play first quarter. Hershey handling it up top, skipping it to Mann. Mann looking down low to Randall, just gives it right back to Hershey. Hershey right corner. Crossing over to her left, getting top of the key, bounce pass and Knapp right back to Hershey, skipping it, Sellers left, corner, triple, and can't get that one to go, hit every part of the rim. Offensive board, Madeline Mann, who missed the putback. Herman now brings it up, stops on a dime, and pushes forward. Here's Meinhardt. Meinhardt skipping, Probst splitting a double, getting down low, off glass, no good, rebound Randall, who is swarmed. Randall bounce pass to Hershey. Hershey making way up the floor quickly. Driving, stopping, and kicking to Mann in the right corner. Mann didn't get a shot off, so she'll give it right back to Hershey, who will direct traffic with 40 seconds remaining.
Mount Carmel needs to just hold this for the last shot here. Don't force anything. Don't have any dumb turnovers. They've dropped back in almost a 2-3. Just work the ball around and get an open shot.
Hershey for 3, no good, missed it long. That was from the right side, and it goes out of bounds off of Madeline Mann, so Newton will most likely hold for last here with 22.7 on the clock.
If they didn't hold for the last shot, I'd be very surprised, Riley. They have a chance to get to 4, maybe even 5 before the end of the first quarter. And they didn't have a lead outside of that 1-point lead that they had over the Aces going into half, so they're going to need this possession.
Cameron down low to Probst. Probst puts up a shot fake, goes up off of 2, but travels on her way. She had an open lane to the basket, but shuffled the feet a little too much. So now with 13.4, we'll see if they actually hope for the last shot.
Yeah, I think they should. They held it for about 15 on the last possession, so we'll see if they can get it here, Riley.
Here's Hershey, 5 seconds to work. Going left, kicking it to Knapp, 3 seconds. Knapp right back to Hershey with 1 second, goes out of bounds. It'll stay here. They have 1.1.
Good job there by not trying to save it and jack something up here. Maybe she has a chance to get a better position or a better look at a shot.
Randall from half court misses the buzzer beater. So at the end of 1 quarter is a 2-point lead for the Newton Eagles. 12-10 this score. We'll be back in 1 minute.
I'm Mason Gross. I am a marketing business management major at Wabash Valley College. You'll learn a lot about the business industry as a whole, and that really helps you to explore your options as far as to what's out there. So I'm doing my internship at Summer Real Estate in Salem, Illinois. Right now I'm working on getting my license. I am hanging around the office, going to showings, and doing everything I can as a non-licensee to get myself ready for when I graduate and take that step as an agent.
Mount Carmel, for a rare time here at home, is trailing at the end of 1 quarter. It's 12-10, Eagles in front.
Yeah, Newton's done a really good job of capitalizing off turnovers. They made 3 threes in the first quarter and even had a 3-point free throw after the foul on a 3-point attempt. So right now, Mount Carmel's just got to clean it up, and there again we see a tip passed out of bounds.
Thankfully, we'll stay here with the Aces. 7:54 to play here in this first half. Sellers inbounds it to Hershey. Hershey up top. Ball in her left hand, skipping it to Sellers right back to Riley. Riley trying to skip it to Peach, tipped out of bounds by Odell. Odell so active on this defensive side of the basketball. She has created a lot of chaos for this Aces squad offensively.
Yeah, and this 1-2-2 is tough. They do a great job of getting their hands out. They do a good job of tipping at the ball, and this is probably the toughest defense that Mount Carmel's had to play this year.
Hershey to Knapp, up top. Knapp, ball in her left hand, getting it to Peach. Peach over to Hershey, left corner. Back to Peach, left wing. Back to Knapp, top of the key, over to Hershey. And right now, the Aces just trying to get some sort of open shot. Hershey creating space down low, missed the lay-in. The ball's on the floor. Hershey the first to get to it and gives it to Stevens. Stevens trying to bounce pass it to Peach, but is picked up by Probst on the turnover.
More turnovers by the Aces. Did all that hustle to get the second chance opportunity. Just turn it over, Riley. Can't have that.
Here's Cameron down to Carrison. Easy lane to the basket, but missed the floater. Here comes Hershey. Hershey down the floor, right block, goes up, off glass, can't get it to rattle home, and Addie Odell takes the rebound.
Riley Hershey could not buy a bucket right now. She's having an off night, Riley.
Nice skip to Cameron. Cameron driving, fadeaway, mid-range jumper falls. Extends the Eagles' lead to 4. It's 14-10, 6:30 to play, second quarter. Here's Hershey. Bounce pass to Peach. Peach, right corner, triple, missed it. Rebound falls in the hands of Cameron, who quickly gets up to Carrison. Carrison one-on-one, jump stop, goes up and missed the jumper wildly. Goes out of bounds.
There's a part of me that doesn't know how it got there, Riley.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was blocked or what, but good defense there by Riley Hershey to not give up position, even though it was a 3-on-1 fast break.
They will give it to Newton on the inbound. Here's Cameron. Same jumper in the mid-range. Missed that one. Carrison the rebound. Blocked by Randall. Randall fighting for it. Eventually lands in the hands of Mann. And finally a whistle blown underneath.
I'm telling you, Newton's getting physical right now, Riley, and it's working to their advantage. So right now, Mount Carmel's got to toughen up, take the physicality, and dish it right back at them. They've known they're a big physical team all year. They've had the size to beat people up inside. So hopefully they can use that and get back ahead over the Newton Eagles.
Allie Herman picks up her third foul, so she will sit for, I assume, the remainder of this first half. Here's Hershey, right corner. Hershey, one dribble over to Peach, now back to Mann up top. Mann trying to find Hershey on the left side and does. Left wing over to Peach. Peach left corner back to Hershey. Top of the key, Mann, straight away, triple, on its way, missed it short. Rebound up in the air, falls in the hands of Stevens. Stevens with it, skips it. Hershey, left corner, trying to get it down low, but right into the hands of Claire Probst. Probst driving, getting down, right block. Goes up 4-2, got fouled, and she'll go to the line to earn the 2 points.
And this snow days really seem to affect Mount Carmel more than it is Newton right now, and hopefully the Aces can clean it up, start getting some more looks instead of turn the ball over before they even get a look at the basket.
Probst on the first attempt missed it long. On the second attempt from the nail, Probst misses that one as well. Rebound, Stevens. 5:20 to play, second quarter. 14-10, Eagles in front. Hershey brings it up. Hershey handing it off to Peach, getting it to Stevens. Stevens getting it to Mann. Mann to Hershey, left, corner, triple, bottoms.
She finally got one to fall, and at one of the bigger times that we need her to. Gets it to a one-point game. Riley and the Aces have a new jolt of energy heading into the late part of the second quarter.
Probst trying to bounce it down low to Cameron. Couldn't get it. Probst picks it right back up. Getting it to Meinhardt. Meinhardt over to Odell. Odell driving middle of the lane. Uses her body to break free. Couldn't quite get the layup to fall. Rebound Randall up to Hershey. Hershey outlet pass to Peach. Trying to get it down low to Maddie Stevens, but it got punched out of bounds literally by Izzy Meinhardt.
Yeah, they do a great job of running in transition defense. They do a great job of running just defense, having active hands. This is really one of the tougher defensive matchups Mount Carmel's had all year.
Peach left corner. Pump fakes, drives, mid-range jumper, falls.
Good job to not settle for the three. We saw her do that once or twice earlier. Uses a shot fake, gets to the mid-range, and knocks one down. Good move there by freshman Olivia Peach.
Odell skipping it to the third row. I think the main target there was Carrison Martin.
Yeah, and you saw her. She knew it slipped as soon as it happened. She turned around, and I think she looked at the coach and was aggravated herself, and she's going to try not to make that same mistake. But right now, with the way Mount Carmel's been playing, she might as well count on getting the ball back at some point.
Hershey driving through everybody and finally getting that basket to fall. She now has 5 points, 17-14. Aces in front by 3, under 4 minutes to play, second quarter. Odell, top of the key. Carrison Martin for 3, missed it. Rebound falls in the hands of Peach somehow. Gets it to Mann. Mann guarded by Carrison. And getting it to Randall. Randall, butterfingers, turns the ball over. Here's Carrison, driving, goes up for 2, and good. Lucky for Macy Randall. She wasn't close enough to get that foul called on her.
Yeah, and they're holding the ball for too long to have the trap be able to be sent at them in that 1-2-2. They need to swing the ball quick, rotate the ball quick, and not allow them to have time to trap them high.
Country Financial Agent Team Morgan timeout. A full timeout for head coach Matt McCarty. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
There's a lot of things that you can do to help and reduce your heating bills over the wintertime. You can take the opportunity to add additional weather stripping to your doors and to your windows, use of caulk to try to seal up some of those cracks where the wind comes in. And one thing that's people oftentimes overlook is setting your fans to run in a clockwise rotation. Summertime, they should go counterclockwise, wintertime, clockwise, and that helps move the heat around your home more efficiently.
Back here at the Hilltop, 17-16 Aces in front, but it hasn't looked pretty thus far. The Aces not playing their best, and Newton making them pay.
Yeah, the Aces might have more turnovers than points right now, and they have a 1-point lead. They're just getting really sloppy with the ball, and their skip passes everything. They're just giving up a lot of opportunities to score, and that's why it's only a 1-point game. So they just need to try to keep a lead, clean things up going into the second half, and Newton has to do what they did all the first quarter. They knocked down 3 threes in the first quarter, and the only points that they scored outside of a 3 were 3 free throws. So they need to continue the good shooting, and they're going to try to stay in this game and come out with a halftime plan and pull back away from the Aces.
Hershey on the inbound, driving left, getting it to Peach. Peach trying to get it down low to Randall. Outreached arms, she finally gets it. Now here's Maddie Stevens up for 2, and there it is. 1,000 points for Maddie Stevens. Quadruple digits. She needed 3, got 3 and 4 right there.
That's a huge accomplishment, Riley.
The crowd appreciative, as they should be. Maddie Stevens getting a picture with head coach Matt McCarty in center court. And here, the roars come once more.
Not a lot of people scored 1,000 points in their career, Riley, and she joins a very select club. At Mount Carmel High School, you join a club with Tyra Buss. And she joined her teammate Macy Randall with 1,000 points, and she's moving in on the all-time rebound record. So we might see her achieve a lot of accomplishments this year, Riley.
So with that short little celebration out of the way, we'll get back to basketball. 3-point lead for the Aces now, 19-16, 3:13 to play, second quarter. Here's Cameron getting it to Carrison on the roll. Now to Probst in the right short corner. Finally finding her way underneath the basket and putting it up and through. Claire Probst with her first 2 of the day.
You could have called it a travel, but she did a really good job of extending her steps and keeping it within 2.
Man trying to bounce, pass it inside to Randall. On the floor it goes, and Hershey eventually finds possession of it. Pulls up in the mid-range for 2 more and got that one to fall in after it hung on the front iron for an eternity.
Yeah, shooter's touch there. Riley got enough spin on it where it fell.
21-18, Aces in front. Here's Carrison, right corner, down low to Meinhardt. Meinhardt bounce pass down low. Probst floats it up, no good. Rebound fought for. Randall comes down with it and hands it off to Hershey. Hershey coming down the right edge. Hershey crossing over to the left, turning it over to Cameron. Cameron, bounce pass. Carrison goes up for 2, underhanded lay, falls.
And you can't keep trying to split all the double teams that they're sending at her in this 1-2-2. They've got a lot of quick-handed guards, and they're doing a really good job of picking at the ball and forcing a lot of turnovers from Riley Hershey.
1-point lead for the Aces, 21-20, under 2 minutes to play, second quarter. Here's Randall, turning it over, and Carrison Martin will give the Eagles the lead.
Just really sloppy with the ball still, Riley. They've got to clean it up. They've given her 4 straight points just off of turnovers. this 1-2-2 from the Eagles is really working for them.
Hershey drives and kicks to Mann, over to Peach. Peach in the right corner. Getting it right back to Mann, who almost turns it over. It's up in the air. Mann comes down with it. Here's Hershey. Hershey to Stevens. Stevens dumping it down low to Randall, who missed the first one. Gets a rebound, goes up for two, and got fouled. A hard fall, and she does get up.
She's battling down low. That's their best offense right now, is getting her the ball down low. It's been their best offense all year, so she's got to continue to get some points down there.
Here's Mann to Hershey, over to Peach. Peach in the left wing, driving, getting to the elbow, floats one up, missed it, back iron, rebound Odell. Odell comes up with it. Driving, kicking, Meinhardt, right corner three, no good, rebound Randall. Randall getting it to Peach, who gives it to Hershey. Hershey driving, right block, stopping, getting swarmed underneath, jump ball called. It'll go the way of Newton.
Mount Carmel's being loose with the ball. Newton's getting physical with them. Everything is just adding up, and it's going to boil over into getting to a physical ball game, getting a little bit chippy, Riley, and somebody's got to clean it up quick, or we're going to have somebody get thrown out.
Maddie Brummer checks in, number 35, for Newton. Here's Cameron driving, kicking to Odell, who throws it right in the hands of Hershey. Hershey trying to go coast to coast, getting to the left block, goes up for two, missed it, but a blocking foul will send her to the line.
I really think you could have called a push-off on Riley Hershey there, but I'm up here, not down there, so we're going to take that call every day and run with it so Aces can hopefully get a lead here.
Odell picks up her second. Hershey misses the first free throw. She's had an off night here tonight.
Yeah, she's had an off night. I'm not sure if there's sickness, injury, or just that snow day's really gotten to her, and right now she's just not been shooting her best.
On the second attempt, lets it fall through. She has 8. Leading all Mount Carmel scorers with that 8 points. 22 apiece, 25 seconds to play, second quarter. Here's Cameron getting it to Carrison, up top, right back to Cameron at the charity stripe, getting down, left block, goes up for two and got it to fall.
Mount Carmel is in a 1-2-2 there. They might want to look to get out of that a little quick.
Goes out of bounds, almost another turnover for the Aces. Carrison tipped it out. They have 10 seconds to work, the Aces do, from an inbound play on the sideline. Sellers gets it to Peach up top. Peach skipping it to Sellers, over to Hershey. Hershey, right corner triple, no good, missed it short. 5 seconds to work. And another turnover almost forced by the Aces, and Cameron Martin will just chuck one up from three-quarter court, nowhere close. And going into halftime, it's the same story as last time, 24-22, a lead for the Eagles this time. They've doubled the lead to 2 points instead of 1. Coming up, the Keep's Funeral Home halftime show, if you need to find them. They're located on 1500 North Cherry Street. We will be back in 2 minutes.
As soon as I came here, I started looking at the programs that they have, and the most that I like, it was early childhood education, and then after I see the classes and everything, that's the one that I picked. I would like to be a teacher in the future. I like it so much because I had the experience to work at Small World with the kids, and each day I learn, and I learn from the kids, and like with my teachers, like they teach me all the stuff that I need to do to be a better teacher. And classes is amazing, so I would just recommend everyone to come here to Wabash Valley College.
Hello, I'm Sarah Harrell. I'm from Crossville, Illinois, and I attend here at Wabash for the Advanced Manufacturing Program. Being here has really helped me grow and really experience what it'll be like later in life, being able to work in a shop and actually run machines. I've loved working on the 3D printer and on the wire EDM and just CNC machines in general. I want to be like a designer and programmer type thing, so I can do most of my time on SolidWorks and programming CNC machines.
Buy Low is Mount Carmel's local grocery destination, proudly serving the community with fresh products, friendly faces, and great deals every week. From our fresh deli and bakery to a wide variety of produce, fresh cut meat selections, and even an Ace Hardware, we've got everything you need, all close to home. Stay updated on all the savings at myiga.com or follow us on Facebook at Mount Carmel Buy Low for the latest specials. Shop local, save big at Buy Low, Mount Carmel's hometown store.
Back here at the Hilltop, you're listening to the Keepus Funeral Home Halftime Show. If you need to find them, they're located on 1500 North Cherry Street. The Tim Phillips of Jade Investments scoreboard, 24-22 Eagles in front of your Lady Aces. Lady Aces right now just not playing their best brand of basketball. A lot of turnovers have been forced from Newton.
Yeah, Newton in this 1-2-2, they're doing a great job of sending traps at Mount Carmel, making Mount Carmel really get sped up and force a lot of passes. So that's really hurting the Aces right now, is their team that wants to slow the pace down, beat you down in the post. And what Newton's been able to do is drop that top defender into the paint when they need to, and she's a good enough athlete where she can rush up and extend that 1-2-2 defense and force a lot of turnovers. So they're just doing exactly what they want to do on the defensive end. The Aces are lucky that the Eagles are having the same struggles on the offensive end. They're not shooting well. They're turning the ball over a lot, and if you or anybody else, you looked at this game, you would think it should be 35-22. That should be a lot different game. So Mount Carmel needs to understand that. They need to understand that they can get some momentum build up heading forward in the game. And they do a great job in the third quarter. They do a great job of closing games out. Last time against Newton, they scored 19 in the third quarter. Newton only had 7. So they're going to look for another one of those third quarter comebacks, one of those third quarter lead extenders, and they're going to try to build something up and get a big enough lead and a big enough cushion here against the Eagles where they can't truly coast in the fourth quarter, but they can keep that foot on the gas and have that cushion heading forward to not have to worry about the three-point shooting of the Eagles near as much.
And for Mount Carmel as well, Macy Randall has only been held to 5 points in that first half. We're used to her scoring double that in the first quarter. How important is Macy Randall going to be here in this latter 16 minutes for the Golden Aces?
You really can't state how important she is on the offensive end of the ball. On the defensive end, she's done a good job of getting rebounds. She's done a good job of contesting shots. But on the offensive end, we've had to extend her out so much, and we haven't been able to get those looks inside just simply because they do such a good job of dropping and overloading that paint out of the 1-2-2. They understand the size advantage that Macy and Maddie give us. So what they're going to end up doing is they're packing in the paint, they're getting physical, they're slapping at the ball. So they're going to have to look for her more, try to set up plays to get her more of those one-on-one situations down in the low post. But knowing how good she is, she's not going to get those looks because that's what teams are going to look to take away. So Mount Carmel's going to have to find some way to get her those one-on-one looks, as we said, and Mount Carmel's going to have to find a way to really just come back in this ball game. Even though it's a 2-point deficit, it just doesn't feel like it actually is.
For Newton, they've had their shooting struggles, as you mentioned there in that first half. But even with that, if you're head coach Brad Harris in the locker room, how happy are you with the start they've gotten off to against this Mount Carmel team?
I would be really happy, honestly. Mount Carmel's a really good team. They've got really good defense. You know that you're going to get those looks outside when they run that 2-3. But Mount Carmel switched into a little bit of a 1-2-2. They ran it really well later in the quarter, was able to keep this game really close. They hit a late shot that got them that 2-point lead. And what I'm really expecting to happen, Riley, is Mount Carmel will try to stay in that 1-2-2 or even get back in that 2-3, but they're going to try to keep everything extended, run them off the three-point line, let Macy Randall, Maddie Stevens, roam the post, try to contest shots, and they're going to have that backside rebound from whichever one isn't contesting the shots. So there's a lot of things that I think Mount Carmel's going to do. There's a lot of things that they're going to improve on heading forward, and the biggest thing is just limiting turnovers. I think that they already have over 15 turnovers in this game. I haven't done a good job of keeping track, but it definitely feels like they've had more possessions and turnovers than shots. And if you're playing a high-level team like Newton, if you want to be a high-level team, you can never have more turnovers than shots.
This is the Keep His Funeral Home halftime show. If you need to find them, they're located on 1500 North Cherry Street. Under 4 minutes to go until we have second half action. With that being said, we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Great victories start with smart plays. At First National Bank, we help you craft a winning savings strategy, whether it's for a new home, a dream vacation, or a secure future. Like a great team, achieving your financial goals takes preparation, patience, and the right partner by your side. With personalized savings plans and tools, FNB helps you make every move count. Your financial playbook starts here.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
There's a lot of things that you can do to help and reduce your heating bills over the wintertime. Open the draperies in the house. Let the sun warm the interior of your home during the day. That helps reduce some of that heating load during the day. Consider installing programmable thermostats. You can drop the temperature down while you're not there, or in the evening times when you're asleep, make the house a little cooler, and then have those programmable thermostats bring the temperature up at the times you're actually in the home, not away.
New year, new Ford at Steve Faulkner Automotive. New 2024 Ford Expedition up to $12,000 off. And take home a new 24 Ford truck now with invoice pricing. See them all at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. This is the year for your new ride at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new 2024 Dodge Hornet, now 0% APR, and Jeep Wranglers with 0% financing and up to $6,000 off. Come in and get yours today.
At Wabash General Hospital Senior Enrichment Center, we believe that sometimes a helping hand is all it takes for seniors to get their lives back on track. Our dedicated team of healthcare professionals are here to offer guidance and support, helping navigate the unique health and lifestyle concerns faced by seniors. Whether dealing with feelings of anxiety, loneliness, or unresolved grief, struggling with changes in mood or concentration, or coping with health-related challenges, we're here for you. Call Wabash General Hospital Senior Enrichment Center at 618-263-9116.
Back here at the Hilltop, this is the Keep His Funeral Home halftime show. If you need to find them, they're located on 1500 North Cherry Street. Just about time for second half action. Newton in front on the Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard, 24-22. Mount Carmel looking for win number 16. Newton looking for a first win against Mount Carmel this season and win number 11.
Yeah, Newton needs this win. This will keep them technically undefeated in conference play, and this will keep the Aces technically undefeated in conference play. So I don't know if they've done the seeding already, but this is going to help decide seeding on the conference tournament. Who's going to get that first seed? Because I think in the LIC tournament, they get a bye. The first seed does. So that's going to depend on a lot, and it's going to depend on not home court advantage, but who gets to technically be home in the championship game, Riley?
So we'll see exactly how the second half played out. The first time around, Mount Carmel was able to storm back in that third quarter and make it a pretty tough game on Newton down the stretch for them to come back from. But the way this one is going, it's really just been a lot of poor basketball from Mount Carmel with the amount of turnovers they've had.
Yeah, there's no doubt that it's been poor basketball, the amount of turnovers they've had. They're leading with, I think, right around 25 turnovers. I probably lost count, but the leading scorer in this game is turnovers between the two teams. It's been a lot of turnovers, been too many, and neither team's going to be able to extend a lead if they continue to turn the ball over this much. So whichever team can clean it up a little bit more and not turn the ball over, I think is going to win.
It'll be the Aces with possession to begin this second half. Sellers on the inbound, getting it to Madeline Mann. Mann to Randall. Randall handing it off to Mann. Right wing extended, giving it to the right corner to Hershey. Hershey, pull up, mid-range jumper in the short corner. That's her bread and butter, knocks it home. She's in double figures.
And they tried getting her in that short corner to get Macy Randall cutting down. I like when they run that, Riley.
24's on the scoreboard, 7:35 to play, third quarter. Odell with it, right corner. Odell skipping, getting it to Meinhardt. Back to Odell. who gets it to Cameron. Cameron driving, middle of the lane, floating it up, no good. Back iron, rebound fought for. Jump ball will be called. It'll go the way of Newton.
Good fight there by Madeline Mann. She crashed down on the boards, was able to get the ball, not really force a jump ball and get the ball under the basket where the Aces excel in defensive end.
Odell skipping it to Cameron. Cameron, left wing, crossing over to the left, getting on the left mid-range side. Can't get the jumper to fall. Rebound Stevens, who got it taken away from Odell. Odell floats it up, no good. Rebound falls in the hands of Hershey. Hershey now with it. Looking to the right, going left. Handing it off to Mann. Back to Hershey, trying to drive baseline to the left corner. Step back and gave it off to Mann, who immediately gives it back to Hershey. Hershey, left corner, pump fake, driving. Getting back to their perimeter. Taking their time are the Aces here, trying to find a good shot. Hershey again, driving baseline, this time successfully floating it up, no good. Rebound falls in the hands of Randall, who puts up the hook shot.
Good job by the Aces guards if they're sensing trouble and they're trying to drive into the lane, that they're backing the ball out, not forcing it, which caused so many turnovers that they had in the first half.
26-24 Aces. Here's Cameron Martin to Odell. Odell straight away, now on the right side, bounce pass down to Garrison, who gets it to Probst, missed the layup. Rebound falls back in the hands of Probst. Probst to Cameron. Cameron, charity stripe jumper, no good. Rebound Stevens. Stevens got fouled. Head coach Matt McCarty not too happy with the rebounding effort as Probst picks up her third.
I think he's more not happy at the fact that when they're getting the rebounds, that as soon as they pull the ball down, they're getting fouled, they're getting hacked at. So he wants that to clean up and them to not get fouled and pull the ball to their chest after they get that rebound.
Hershey, fade away, short corner jumper is butter. She has 12. 4-point lead for the Aces, 28-24. They've come out strong in this third quarter. Cameron stopping and popping, missed it. Rebound Hershey. She falls on the floor, and that's going to be a country financial agent Team Morgan timeout for head coach Matt Carpenter, a 30-second timeout. That means we will be back in 30 seconds. Here at the Hilltop, 28-24 here in this third quarter, 5:25 to play in this third quarter.
Right now the Aces are hot. They're going out, they're getting a lot of rebounds, they're getting a lot of looks down low. They're going to try to continue to do some things on the offensive end and hopefully get some more buckets.
Hershey trying to get it to Sellers, but it was kicked out by Odell, so it'll stay here.
They're getting a lot of good looks on this corner, high-low look. I'm not exactly sure what they're running, but they're getting good looks out of it, Riley.
Hershey lobbing it down low to Randall, who had an easy put up for two. She has 9. It's a 6-point lead for the Aces, 30-24. Odell bounce pass down to Herman. Herman put one up wildly and missed it. Here comes Hershey. Hershey stepping back. Trying to direct traffic here. Getting a ball screen from Stevens and skipping it to Mann, right back to Hershey. 4:40 to play, third quarter. 30-24, Aces in front. Here's Sellers. Sellers, long two, missed it short. Rebound Randall, goes up for two, missed that one, getting her own rebound. She's on the right block, kicking it off of a Newton player, and it stays here.
She's fighting down low. Everybody's fighting down low. It's going to continue to be a physical match. It's going to continue to be physical down the lane. It's whatever team wants it more right now, Riley.
Stevens to Hershey up top. Now on the curl to Randall. Kicking it. Sellers, left corner, triple bottoms.
Riley, if they've done anything perfectly tonight, it was that out-of-bounds play. That was executed to perfection. Beautiful pass by Riley Hershey and a better pass by Macy Randall.
Responding immediately was Kirsten Martin from the left corner of her own. Here's Mann. Mann down low, Randall almost turning the ball over, but Randall recovers, trying to skip it to Sellers. Sellers throwing it out of bounds, but it was tipped.
I tell you what, Riley, Macy Randall is so much stronger than everybody else on the floor right now. I don't think she's even meaning to, but she's almost running everybody over. She's creating her own looks instead of just letting them come to her, Riley.
6-point lead for Mount Carmel, 33-27. Hershey trying to bounce pass it into Randall, but it was taken away by Cameron. Cameron driving, getting it down low. Kerrison off the left side of the glass, fouled by Peach. The basket did not fall, so Peach will make Kerrison earn it at the line.
That's a good foul, Riley. She was on the 2-on-1 fast break, was able to force the pass and recovered quick enough, took the foul, and didn't give her a wide-open layup.
On the first attempt, misses. Second try from the nail for Kerrison. That one falls. She's now in double figures.
Those are the first free throws they've made since they made that first 3 free throws. So hopefully a little bit of shooting struggles from the line for the Eagles.
Randall tried to find Mann across the court, but threw it into her own bench. It's going to be another turnover.
This pressure has really got the Aces sped up, flustered, where they're making simple mistakes that they just don't make.
Here's Herman. Herman left corner getting it to Odell. Odell skipping to Kerrison. Back out to Probst, trying to drive baseline. And a nice hammer pass to Cameron on the left wing and rattles one home. How about that?
That touched every part of the rim, Riley, and fell through. Cuts it to a 2-point lead, and that's what I said is these Eagles team's never going to go away since they're such good shooters.
33-31, 2-point lead for the Aces. Hershey throwing it right in the hands of Odell. Odell coming down the floor, trying to get it to Kerrison, tipped away right back into the hands of Herman, and a foul's going to be called against Mann as she ran into her.
Mount Carmel just continues to compound mistakes, Riley. Instead of just taking the first mistake, they're making the second mistake by getting the foul on the other end or just doing something dumb to create another turnover.
2 fouls against Mann. Here's Kerrison. Getting it to Cameron. Trying to get it to Kerrison right in the middle of traffic. Intercepted by Stevens. Here comes Hershey. Hershey up to Mann. Right back to Hershey, who will direct traffic. Eventually gets it to Peach. Peach left corner. One dribble, mid-range, pull-up, jumper, no good. Missed it wildly long. It's going to be rebounded by Herman. Odell now brings it up for the black jerseys of the Newton Eagles. Cameron Martin driving, mid-range look, doesn't fall. Offensive rebound, though, for Probst, and a foul call on the floor.
Didn't get the backside rebound, and in that got another foul. So there's a compound mistake, Riley. That's the reason that it went from 33 to 26 to 33 to 31 in that short time.
Odell with it, right corner. Skips it, taken away by Peach. Peach one-on-one against Cameron, got it tipped away from behind, but it will stay here with the white jerseys. Evie Knapp will check in for Madeline Mann.
That's why on those fast breaks, Riley, you got to dribble the ball almost in front of you and even maybe cross over just so you can try to keep the ball away from the defender trying to pick it from behind.
Here's Peach. Swinging it. Sellers, left corner triple. Yes!
She's going to get a lot of threes off this inbounds play, Riley. Does a great job of using her.
36-31. Looking to respond as Newton couldn't get that 3 to fall. Offensive rebound, Probst. Fall away, turnaround, mid-range look is good. Probst now with 4. 36-33. Aces in front by a measly 3-point bucket. Stevens fouled on her way down low. It's going to go against Herman and, Odell. Now she's got to be careful. She has 3 fouls, and she'll check out for the time being for Izzy Meinhardt. Sellers on the inbound to Peach. Taken away by Cameron. Cameron goes up for 2 and good off the right side of the window.
She's a scrappy guard, Riley. They both are. Both of the Martin sisters do a great job of just being scrappy, getting a lot of those fast break looks and scoring those easy layups.
36-35, Aces in front. Hershey to Peach. Peach, right corner triple. No, missed it short. Rebound Probst. Probst gets it to Cameron. Skipping it to Meinhardt. Meinhardt driving, and who is guarding her? Somehow missed the bunny. Rebound Probst, who got fouled on her way up, and she'll have 2 shots to the line.
More struggles here for the Aces. It just continues to be compounded mistakes and then simple mistakes on the offensive end that's leading to turnovers and, you know, even just missed shots and missed possessions.
Probst on the first attempt makes it. Tied game at 36 all. 1 minute to play, third quarter. Randall checks in for Stevens. The Eagles now in the bonus. Probst puts the second one home as well and gives the Eagles back the lead at 37-36. Under a minute to play, third quarter. Here comes Sellers. Sellers loses the ball on the dribble, and that's going to lead to a turnover.
If you're not a ball handler, don't take the ball up like that. In that situation, you've got to just slow it down, get the ball to your ball handlers.
Here's Herman. Herman, hounded, gets it to Cameron, who drives, middle of the lane, floats one up and good. Cameron Martin putting on a show here in this third quarter. She has 14 total. 35 seconds to play, third quarter. 3-point lead for the Eagles, 39-36. Here's Knapp. Knapp driving, trying to get it down low to Randall, and does. Randall bounce past to Peach, who misses the layup. And the rebound falls in the hands of Probst, who gets it to Cameron.
Macy Randall's just got to go up with that. I know she's trying to make the next pass, make the smart pass, but just go up with it in that situation.
12 seconds to play. Cameron Martin with it up top. 10 seconds now, and they'll run it. Cameron handing it off to Carrison. Carrison now driving left, kicking to Herman in the left corner. 3 seconds to go. Driving baseline, down low. Carrison couldn't make it on the last second attempt on the offensive board. Got blocked by Macy Randall. 39-36. Eagles in front of the Aces on the Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard. We'll be back in 1 minute.
I'm Mason Gross. I am a marketing business management major at Wabash Valley College. You'll learn a lot about the business industry as a whole, and that really helps you to explore your options as far as to what's out there. So I'm doing my internship at Summer Real Estate in Salem, Illinois. Right now I'm working on getting my license. I am hanging around the office, going to showings, and doing everything I can as a non-licensee to get myself ready for when I graduate and take that step as an agent.
My name is Parker Linson. I'm a second-level nursing student at Wabash Valley College. We were able to get hands-on experience with a mannequin that has real breath sounds, real, lung sounds, and can cough and, do different things. That makes it really unique to have that kind of experience right here on campus. And then we've done clinicals. Being able to go into those ICUs and emergency departments and be able to see those critical patients, it is a very good experience. Being able to be in that position and look back to where I come from, it's just awesome to be able to help.
Back here at the Hilltop, the final 8 minutes of action underway as Hershey up top, handling the ball. Hershey to Sellers, right corner. Back to Hershey on the wing. Hershey driving, kicking to the left side to Mann. Right back to Hershey, who will direct traffic. Trying to get it to Maddie. Does. Kicking it to Mann, who turns it over, trying to bounce pass it down low to Randall, but on the taken away pass, Probst shuffled the feet.
Yeah, that's simple. Just don't force it into the paint. I know we want to look for Macy Randall as much as possible, but continue swinging around until you get a good look down low.
Here's Randall. Randall skipping. Sellers to Mann. Mann back to Sellers. Right corner triple tipped, and it's going to be rebounded by Probst. On the tip was Izzy Meinhardt. Turnover created by Randall. Ball on the floor. Picking it up is Newton. Cameron up to Meinhardt. Tipped away that time by Mann. Sellers up to Hershey. Hershey driving, spinning, and getting it to Sellers. Now to Man, who loses the pass out of bounds.
Mount Carmel continues to turn the ball over way too much. I am not very excited to ask Coach McCarty the turnover count the next girls game that we'll have.
7:10 on the clock, fourth quarter, 39-36, Eagles in front of the Aces. Here's Cameron Martin driving and kicking for three. Herman missed it from the right corner, rebound Sellers. Sellers dribbles, almost travels, stops, and gives it to Hershey. Hershey up. See what the Aces run here. Hershey getting a ball screen from Randall. Driving to the left, getting to the left block, spinning, got it taken away, and Probst comes up with it. Probst getting it up to Kerrison. Kerrison, left side of the window, missed the layup. Rebound falls in the hands of two players. That's Mann and Meinhardt with it, and it goes the way of Newton.
Somebody's got to get back on defense. You know, Madeline Mann got back and was able to not really contest the shot, but she was able to make her miss and almost had the rebound. She has somebody else get back. Don't have that situation.
Meinhardt traveling on the inbound leads to a free Aces possession there. It'll be Madeline Mann who brings it up here for the Aces. Randall with it. Randall skipping to Sellers, left side. Sellers now top of the key, now more back to the left wing. She's doubled, has to bounce pass it through the double team, turning it over to Herman. 6 minutes to play, fourth quarter. 39-36, Eagles in front. Newton with possession. Here's Cameron Martin. Cameron over to Herman. Getting it to Meinhardt. Back to Cameron. Wide open, mid-range look, missed it off backboard. Rebound goes out of bounds and the way of the white jerseys in Mount Carmel.
Mount Carmel's getting a lot of lucky breaks right now, and they need to start using them. They've got to get a look inside. I don't think they've had a shot this quarter, Riley.
That's going to be a Country Financial Agent teamwork and timeout for head coach Matt McCarty. Will be back in 30 seconds.
Buy Low is Mount Carmel's local grocery destination, proudly serving the community with fresh products, friendly faces, and great deals every week. From our fresh deli and bakery to a wide variety of produce, fresh cut meat selections, and even an Ace Hardware, we've got everything you need, all close to home. Stay updated on all the savings at myiga.com or follow us on Facebook at Mount Carmel Buy Low for the latest specials. Shop local, save big at Buy Low, Mount Carmel's hometown store.
Back here at the Hilltop, 39-36. Eagles in front of the Aces. 5:44 to play here in this fourth quarter. Max, what do the Aces need to do to overcome this three-point deficit?
They need to quit turning the ball over. I think that's the only thing that we could say, Riley, is turnovers, 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 turnovers. And I don't know if we can actually stress how bad the turnover issue enough head forward in this game. And this 1-2-2 from Newton has forced so many turnovers for the Aces. It just continues to really throw them off their game with some quick hands and a lot of really good rotation.
Hershey will bring it up against this 1-2-2. Handing it off to Mann. Mann right edge. Getting a ball screen. Bounce pass to Sellers. Sellers skipping it right into the hands of Newton. Cameron Martin loses it. Still on the floor, out of bounds. Should be Aces basketball, but it goes the way of Newton.
I couldn't see it, Riley. I kind of dozed off, so who knows what way it should be going. I agree with Riley if he saw it, so it should be Aces ball.
Newton will have it, though. And skipping it, here is Kerrison. Getting it to Odell, who flashes in. Turnover created by Hershey. Ball on the floor. Hershey recovers. Hershey now driving. Left block goes up for two. Foul called. It'll be a block against Newton and Izzy Meinhardt, who picks up her first. That'll send Riley Hershey to the line. Hershey has hit 1 of 2 attempts from the free throw line today. Misses the front end here. Missed it long off the back iron. The second try Misses that one as well. A rare 0 for 2 from the charity stripe from Hershey. Here comes Martin. Cameron getting it down to Odell, who kicks it right back out to Probst. Probst in the mid-range, kicking it to Meinhardt, right wing, triple, nothing but nylon. That puts the Eagles up by 2 possessions now. It's a 6-point game, 42-36. Hershey falls as she's bringing it up the court, gives it to Stevens. Stevens driving, goes up, got fouled, but it's on the floor.
Got to close out with a hand up. They're just not closing out well. They're not really playing well on defensive end, Riley, and that's outside of turnovers. What's going to, take them out of this game as they are down 6 points right now.
Probst picks up her 4th foul. So we probably won't see her for a majority of the remainder of this game. Here's Hershey. Hershey taking a ball screen from Randall. Getting it off to Mann. Right back to Hershey. Hershey on the right edge. Faking the handoff, getting in the corner, and bounce passing it to Mann, who comes to the basketball and recovers it. Bounce pass to Randall in the middle of the lane. Randall turning around, somehow keeping her pivot foot. Never mind, she traveled.
And Mount Carmel, again, is just really struggling. They're making a lot of simple mistakes, and Coach McCarty is aggravated, Riley.
See if they can't get a stop to please him. Here's Odell. Odell wide open left corner 3, missed it long. Rebound Mann. Mann up to Peach. Peach right back to Mann, who gives it to Hershey. Hershey left side, crossing over to the right, backing up and looking the court over. Whistle blown. It's going to be a foul. That one against Herman. And Herman picks up her 4th.
I didn't quite see that one, Riley, but I'm not going to disagree with it or argue with it. And Newton's coach calls a full timeout.
Coach Financial Agent Team Morgan timeout for head coach Brad Harris, a full one. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Back here at the Hilltop, 42-36 in favor of the Eagles here in this one. Newton has come out here in this 4th quarter and played some really solid defense against this Aces squad.
Yeah, this Newton defense, this 1-2-2 that has really confused the Aces. The Aces just continue to turn the ball over because they're trying to force it into the lane. They're trying to do too much and I'll actually just dribble through this 1-2-2 zone.
Peach to Mann. Mann up top, trying to split the double. Picks up her dribble and gets it to Stevens. Stevens right wing. Stevens skipping it to Peach. Peach to Hershey. Hershey left corner. She's doubled, dribbles past it. Making way to the top. Trying to dump it down low to Stevens, taken away by Ehrman. Here comes Odell. Odell left wing. Skipping it to Cameron. Cameron right corner, getting to the short corner. That's going to be a foul against Olivia Peach.
Mount Carmel just struggles continue, Riley. The mistakes just continue to compound and build up, and the Aces have been their own worst enemy so far tonight.
6-point lead for Newton, 42-36. Here's Odell. 3:20 to play, 4th quarter. Odell skipping it to Meinhardt, who gives it to Carrison. Newton just trying to wind down some clock here. Carrison gives it to Meinhardt. Back to Odell, 3 minutes to play. Aces will pump up the defensive pressure here, especially since Newton is really just winding the clock down as Maddie Stevens picks up her 3rd foul there.
Riley, I cannot believe they're going to start fouling with 3 minutes left on the clock.
Wide open underneath the basket is Martin, who puts it up and in. That's Cameron Martin. She has 16. 44-36, 8-point lead for the Newton Eagles. Aces need a basket. Hershey to Sellers, who gives it right back. Hershey skipping. Peach down low to Randall. Randall goes up, got fouled.
It's physical down there. Macy Randall needs to take advantage of these free throws, Riley, because these are probably the two most important free throws of the game so far.
Addie Odell now one of 3 players with 4 fouls for Newton. Randall knocks in the first. She is now in double figures. It's crazy to say that Macy Randall just now getting in double figures here in this 4th quarter, but Newton has done a superb job against her. Making both free throws was Randall, and that's going to be a country financial agent team working for head coach Matt McCarty. He takes a 30-second, will stay here. 44-38 for the Eagles. Max, I mean, if you're Mount Carmel right here, what do you do defensively? And when you get the stop, offensively?
Well, you've only got 2 fouls heading forward. I'm not going to say burn a foul, but maybe burn a foul or 2 to try to get in a situation where if you get it back to maybe 1 or 2, you can take a foul on one of their worst free throw shooters. But if I'm Mount Carmel, I'm going to really pressure them up here. Not really almost set up a press, but, you know, have your guards up in a man-to-man look and really try to force some turnovers. And if you can get a turnover, you've got to get something quick. Not force a shot, but get something quick.
Here comes the pressure defense from the Aces. Here's Carrison guarded by Peach. Carrison picks up the dribble. She's hounded and is taken away by Sellers. Ball on the floor. A over and back call against Addie Odell, and it's going to be Aces basketball.
She had 1 foot over the line. She had another foot and the ball, so she didn't technically have all 3 points until she fell over, so great call there by the official.
Peach has it on the inbound. Peach going right, bounce pass to Randall, who gives it right back to Peach. Hershey, right, corner, triple, bottoms! Hershey now with 15. 44-41. Eagles in front by 3. 2 minutes to play, 4th quarter. Here's Odell. Odell driving, kicking. Herman with it in the short corner on the left side, getting it right back to Odell at top of the key. Defense chancing out. Odell driving, kicking to Meinhardt, who gives it to Martin. 1:42 to play, 4th quarter. 3-point lead for the Eagles, 44-41. Martin driving, mid-range jumper, no good, but got fouled on her way up.
Can't take that foul there, Riley. Macy Randall is in great position. You know, even if she misses that, makes that shot, it's still only around a 5-point game. Go down, knock down a 3, cut it to 2, and just get a stop.
Making the first one. She has 17, and that brings it to a 2-possession ball game, 45-41, 1:37 to play, 4th quarter. And Newton really trying to shorten this game with the amount of time they're taking on offensive possessions. Martin knocks in both, making it that much more difficult for the Aces, 46-41. 1:32 on the clock. Here's Randall to Peach. Now to Hershey. Hershey stepping back. In the right corner, back to Peach. Right wing. Skipping it all the way. Left corner is Sellers. Sellers to Peach. To Hershey. Right corner. Triple. Missed it. Rebound Randall. Goes up for 2 and got it. Macy Randall now with 13. Here comes the full court pressure from the Aces. Herman with it. Coming down the left edge. Guarded by Peach. Taken away by Randall. Ball on the floor, picking it up is Peach. Peach coming down for 2 points. Goes up for 2 and got it. Under a minute to play, and that's going to be a Country Financial Agent team working timeout for head coach Brad Harris. A full timeout. We're going to stay here. 46-45. Eagles in front under 60 seconds.
We talked about it, the pressure that they need to bring on the defensive end. Need to get some sort of full court pressure. Keep them from getting to the other side without a little bit of pressure. Make them waste a little bit of time. And you got to knock down some shots. Riley Hershey knocked down a big 3. And then you see Olivia Peach, the freshman, and Macy Randall, they get that steal there at midcourt and go back down. And, you just love to see it, Riley, as this team rallies back and gets it to a 1-point game.
So see what is drawn up here in each set of huddles. For the Aces, The pressure defense will persist, you would imagine. And for Newton, how much time do you have to hold the clock until the Aces start fouling?
With it actually becoming a rule that it just goes straight to double bonus, if you're the Aces, you don't automatically foul. You're just going to try to get a stop, force them to take some sort of shot because nobody can hold it for 58 seconds in this pressure. So I'm expecting the Aces to stay up, and if it gets back into the half court, they might burn a quick foul with Macy Randall not having a foul yet.
The Aces are in the bonus, so keep that in mind. Here's Odell. Odell guarded full court by Peach. Up to Carrison. Carrison, top of the key. And a foul call, that's going to be against Peach on the hand check.
That's perfectly fine. That gets them to 4 fouls. One more, you get them to the bonus where if you take a foul, they're going to get the free throw. So that's a fine foul to use.
Peach picks up her third. The inbound, Odell gets it to Cameron. Cameron Martin going left, guarded by Peach. Now driving, middle of the lane, puts a 2 up and rolls it in off the front iron. Cameron Martin now has 20. Here comes Hershey. They're down 3, 48-45. Hershey driving and trying to kick off the foot of Odell. Out of bounds, it stays here. Evie Sellers checks in, so a full shooting lineup in for the Aces.
You need something quick here, Riley.
Here's Hershey. Hershey, a charge called against her. Odell drawing it.
And that's going to be 2 free throws for Odell.
Hershey picks up her third. Should be.
No, I don't think you get bonus off of player control fouls. That is my fault, Riley.
So full court pressure still here for the Aces. On the inbound, they give it to Odell. Odell shaking the pressure, almost turning it over. And she does. She carries the basketball. Head coach Brad Harris saying there was contact before the carry.
They have to use this possession, Riley. This is the most important possession of the game so far. They've got to get some sort of look.
Sellers on the inbound gets it to Hershey. 20 seconds to play, fourth quarter. 48-45, Eagles in front. Here's Hershey left side. Crossing over, trying to go towards her right and does. Hershey, top of the key, puts up a 3. Yes! Tie ball game. 10 seconds to play. Full court pressure for the Aces. Here comes Carrison, and we're going to have a Country Financial Agent team working timeout for head coach Brad Harris. 48 all. Riley Hershey, the biggest 3 of the night. Tied at 48. Max, if you're Newton, what are you doing?
If I'm Newton, they did a good job of actually getting it where they're going to take it out a little bit farther up the court. They're going to set something up where what I'm guessing they're planning to do is get some sort of look for Cameron Martin driving to the lane. She's done a great job of penetrating so far. She's going to try to get a look inside, and they're going to try to ride the back of Cameron Martin, who has taken them so far in this game with her 20 points. They've got so many scores, but I can tell you, I really think they're looking to her. And if I'm Coach McCarty, I'm telling him, you have to slide. You have to slide. Don't get too handsy. Hands out, slide with the ball. Don't get a quick foul. Anything you do, you cannot foul. That's the last thing you can do.
Newton has 6 seconds to work. They have shooters all over the floor. Odell has hit a 3. Izzy Meinhardt has hit 2. Carrison Martin has hit 1. And Cameron Martin has hit 2 as well.
There's one player on the floor for him right now who hasn't hit a 3. Riley, I'm expecting him to get some sort of quick 3. The Aces are going to have to really pressure the ball and not allow any sort of just quick open shot.
Carrison Martin inbounds it. She's going to get it to Cameron. Cameron driving, right block, goes up for 2, got blocked. Rebound, falls in the hands of Probst. The last second shot, got it! Cameron Martin puts it up and wins it for Newton on an offensive rebound, and the Aces fall at home 50-48, the final score. And what has killed the Aces against this team, not only tonight, but at the Merriam Mule tournament, was their bitter end. Here at home, an offensive rebound leading to a last-second bucket by Cameron Martin, who finishes with 22.
Yeah, she did a great job getting in position. Missed the first one. The ball got tipped around. In that situation, if I'm rebounding at all, I'm just trying to throw that ball to our side of the court. And right there, somebody was just trying to come down with the rebound instead of trying to clear the ball out. And if they clear the ball out, it's a deeper shot to try to win that game. And, props to Cameron Martin and the Newton Eagles. They sticked with it, and they got that last-second shot and was able to win a really tough-fought game.
So when we come back, we'll go over scoring leaders, and we'll talk to head coach Matt McCarty, 50-48. The final will be back in 2 minutes.
As soon as I came here, I started looking at the programs that they have, and the most that I like, it was early childhood education, and then after I see the classes and everything, that's the one that I picked. I would like to be a teacher in the future. I like it so much because I had the experience to work at Small World with the kids, and each day I learn. And I learn from the kids, and like with my teachers, like they teach me all the stuff that I need to do to be a better teacher. And classes is amazing, so I would just recommend everyone to come here to Wabash Valley College.
Hello, I'm Sarah Harrell. I'm from Crossville, Illinois, and I attend here at Wabash for the Advanced Manufacturing Program. Being here has really helped me grow and really experience what it'll be like later in life, being able to work in a shop and actually run machines. I've loved working on the 3D printer and on the wire EDM and just CNC machines in general. I want to be like a designer and programmer type thing, so I can do most of my time on SolidWorks and programming CNC machines.
Great victories start with smart plays. At First National Bank, we help you craft a winning savings strategy, whether it's for a new home, a dream vacation, or a secure future. Like a great team, achieving your financial goals takes preparation, patience, and the right partner by your side. With personalized savings plans and tools, FNB helps you make every move count. Your financial playbook starts here.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
New year, new Ford at Steve Faulkner Automotive. New 2024 Ford Expedition up to $12,000 off. And take home a new 24 Ford truck now with invoice pricing. See them all at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. This is the year for your new ride at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new 2024 Dodge Hornet, now 0% APR, and Jeep Wranglers with 0% financing and up to $6,000 off. Come in and get yours today.
Here at the Hilltop, the Aces falling in this one 50-48. Another hard-fought loss for the Aces. They had one a couple of weeks ago against the Wrights where they lost by 2. This one got away from them a little bit there in that fourth quarter. We're down 8 at one point, came back, and just the offensive rebounds on the other end really hurt them there in the end.
Yeah, they continue to give up just way too many offensive rebounds, and in giving up all those offensive rebounds, Riley, what's going on is they're giving up so many second chance opportunities, and then all the turnovers. They played a great Newton Eagles team to 2 points with, I'd say there's no way they had under 25 turnovers tonight, Riley. It was just left and right. So you got to take some of the positives away from tonight, but this is one that they're going to look back on heading into regionals, heading into sectionals, heading into everything where it's like, we blew this game. I don't think that Newton beat them. I think Mount Carmel lost. So this is one of those that Mount Carmel's going to look at. They're going to have to figure out. They're going to have to build on. And they're going to continue to try and take it to the next level.
And you look at this game, obviously you don't want to say and use the crutch of the last week of snow because obviously Newton had that as well, not able to get into the gym the same way that Mount Carmel did. But it seems like especially there in the beginning of that game when Mount Carmel was really strong in first quarters, they just did not have the edge that they usually have.
No, they didn't give themselves a first quarter crutch. They didn't give themselves a third quarter crutch. Usually when they fall off is that second and fourth quarter, and guess what? They lost. They tied the second quarter and lost the third quarter or fourth quarter. They also lost the third and the first. So when they lose 2 of the 4 quarters, that's not a good sign. They tied one and won by 1 point. But Mount Carmel they played such a sloppy brand of basketball tonight. I can tell you that Coach McCarty's aggravated. He's still in there talking because if I'm him, I'm just straight up aggravated in how they played tonight. Last game they played that we at least got to commentate was when they beat Newton. So they're they're agitated. They expect to beat this team. They expect to beat almost every team they play. So we're going to see if they can turn it around and build on this game heading forward.
Now, all the credit in the world here to this Newton Eagles team. They had some really, really good guard play, as they always do, but Cameron Martin, 22 points, including the game winner there at the end. She has to be one of the scrappier, tougher guards that this Mount Carmel team has played all year.
Oh, yeah. She fights, Riley. Every rebound she fights for. Every possession that they have, she's fighting for. And on defensive end, she fights. So when you have a team like this Newton team where all their guards are scrappy, all their guards fight, all their guards are going to poke at the ball, they're going to use their hands to try to create turnovers, that is really tough on a team that wants to pound the ball into the post. Is Mount Carmel really has one primary ball handler. If Riley Hershey gets shut down, that really limits our offense tenfold. So right now we're going to see if Mount Carmel is going to clean it up, if they can limit these turnovers heading into their next game.
Riley Hershey, we talked about how she struggled a little bit there at the beginning of the game, just couldn't really get anything to fall, but she really came alive in that fourth quarter, hit 2 huge three-pointers in the end there in the right corner and top of the key. She just has something about her where you just know, clutch shot, you know who's getting the basketball, and she somehow finds a way to create space and get it to fall.
Yeah, there's not a lot of times that you can look at a shot and just be like, man, that's going in. And that last shot, you just got that feeling when she shot it that it was going to go in. I don't know what it is that she has that is that clutch genes per se, but she does a great job of getting those shots off. She does a great job of getting good looks in that late situation, and they're going to continue to work at it, and they're going to continue to get more of those looks, more of those opportunities, and more people are going to have those opportunities as they're getting into a really tough part of their schedule. No games, a cakewalk. They still have the LIC tournament, so Mount Carmel's going to have to use this game to build on. They shouldn't have lost it. They haven't lost to anybody under, I think, 3A so far this year, so this is their first sub-3A loss, and this is one that people, when they're making regional seedings, are going to look at and be like, man, they shouldn't have lost that game.
We look at also, I mean, this game, obviously, not a highlight of their season, but a highlight of Maddie Stevens' season came tonight, getting that 1,000th point. Now 2 players on this roster, Macy Randall and Maddie Stevens, eclipsing the 1,000-point margin. When you have 2 players that are able to get to 4 digits and get 1,000, what does that do to a program, and how does it speak to how good this Mount Carmel team can be?
It builds a program. The more 1,000-point scores you have, the more just true basketball players, the true great athletes that you have come through your program, build it. The younger kids are going to look at it. The younger girls are going to look at it. They're going to say, hey, that could be me in a couple of years. They look at Riley Hershey, who will be the next 1,000-point scorer. They're going to say, hey, could be me in a couple of years. So Mount Carmel just continues to build a girls' basketball tradition here. And I feel like we talk about her a lot, but you can't talk about Mount Carmel girls basketball without mentioning Tyra Buss. And I think that she has a lot to do with the building of this program heading forward, as she does just she was just an all-world player, Riley. But I tell you what, Mount Carmel, they struggled. And this is a game that, as we continue to say, they've got to look back on. They've got to use to build on, and they've got to get better heading forward in the year.
We look real quick at the scoring numbers for either side. First for Newton, it was Addie Odell with 3, Claire Probst with 6, Izzy Meinhardt had 6, Carison Martin was in double figures with 10, Cameron Martin leading the way as well as the buzzer beater. She had 22, Allie Ehrman had 3. For Mount Carmel, it was Olivia Peach with 4, Riley Hershey with 18, including 2 clutch 3-point baskets there towards the end of the ballgame. Maddie Stevens with 4, eclipsing the 1,000-point mark. Macy Randall had 13. Evie Sellers having a good shooting night tonight, hitting 3 threes. She made up for that, and she had 9 points here tonight. Now joining me, head coach Matt McCarty. Coach, obviously not the result you wanted. You talked about it in the pregame, how you turned the ball over a lot. You gave up a lot of offensive rebounds the first time. It seemed that theme persisted here early in this one.
Yeah, I felt like we did a pretty good job on the glass, and this one didn't give up so many offensive rebounds, but turnovers absolutely killed us. I don't know if you kept track, but I'm guessing it was at least 20, if not more. We're not going to beat good teams if we turn the ball over that many times. Like with the way we play offensively, we know we're going to turn it over a little bit just from how fast we play, but 15 to 20 turnovers a game just isn't going to cut it if we want to reach the goals that we want to reach.
And with that in mind, preparation-wise going forward in the year, is there anything that you're going to change in practice?
We got to lock in a little bit better. The girls have been a little bit more lackadaisical lately, and we talked about that in the locker room, how it's the second half of the season, and tonight proved that we're just not going to walk in the gym and teams aren't just going to bow down to us. We're going to get every team's best game no matter what. So we've got to come ready to play, and that starts at practice.
Obviously, you don't want to use the week of snow prior as a crutch, especially with Newton having the same exact thing happen.
Mm-hmm.
But it seemed that the girls kind of came out a little slow, especially there towards the start.
There's no excuse there. Newton was off even longer than us. We at least had a game in between. They didn't. So there's no excuse there. They came out ready to play. We didn't come out ready to play, and we kind of turned the ball over a lot. There were some high notes in there. We kind of went on a couple runs there, but not enough. We've got to be more focused and ready to go. We're just not going to come onto the court every night and just win by 20, 30 points. It's not going to be that easy.
One of those highs that you mentioned was Riley Hershey tonight. There down the stretch hit two really big threes for you in the fourth quarter. Speak a little bit about her ability to create her own shot in big moments like that.
Yeah, first off, credit Newton because they closed off her gaps really well, and she couldn't really operate, and she kind of got in some situations to where she created a lot of turnovers for herself. But to go off your point, though, Riley's been shooting the ball a lot better for us lately, especially from three. So if she can continue to kind of keep that rhythm going and hit that three-pointer, that's just going to space everything else out for us. And, if Sellers can start hitting some threes and Olivia Peach start hitting some threes too and really start to pull teams out, you can't double down the post on us. And that's kind of our bread and butter, get it down low. But there's some things that we got to work on still. But shooting's definitely one of them, but Riley's definitely been doing a lot better.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for joining us, and have a safe trip home.
Thank you very much.
So Mount Carmel, a 50-48 final here, losing to Newton, who improves to 11-4 on the season. Mount Carmel falls to 15-3. So for the crew here running the stream, for the crew at WSAD, and for Max Gerlach, I'm Riley Angel, and as always, have a good night. Yep, thank you. All right, see ya.